Hello, everyone. Welcome to the conversation with Dr. Joan Coleman and her friends. And I'm with my friend, Megan.
Hi, Megan Price, Megan P129 on Insta and MP Jewelry Appraisal.
And Rita.
Hi, I'm Rita Reynolds, and you can find me on Instagram as the Reynolds Love.
And today we're going to talk about divorce. I know it's Love Month, and we talked about love, we talk about dealing with difficult people, and today we are going to talk about divorce. Divorce is hard. Divorce is difficult, and we want to talk about it. Megan's been married before, Rita's been married, I've been married, I am married. Wait, what am I talking about? I am married, and so I plan to stay married. So today we're going to talk about divorce. And we just want to let you know that divorce does not equal failure at all. It doesn't equal failure. You did not fail. Megan, how do you feel about that?
I think that it's so important to hear the words out loud that it's okay to get a divorce, because it is. And I love the institute of marriage and the idea of being together forever. However, I also believe in forging forward towards your happiness. And I think that divorce is sometimes the only way to get there. Ultimately, you matter and you're allowed to make those choices if you need to, even though they're hard, and not to look at it as failure, but to come out on the other side winning.
Come out winning. Rita, how do you feel about it? Do you feel like it's a failure, or do you feel like it's not failure? Because it really isn't failure. If go ahead and talk about it. I want you to talk about it.
So, in my culture in South America, it's more than, it's like you feel shame. It's not something that you would do like a Hollywood star. Like you marry one day and then divorce the next day. Actors in Hollywood do that. Like just like clean my face, and then I don't want to. So, in South America, yeah, it's more like a shame. So I used to have that in my brain, and take me like years to just like to say, okay, if this happens to me, I will be okay. I don't need to feel in shame, and I don't need to be like people will look at me and die in that face. And in fact, this is another thing, because every time that you talk with someone and you say, hey, I'm divorced, everybody's like, oh my God, I'm sorry. Like, and and I'm like, yeah, but I'm happy now. Like you just can say, I hope yours okay, and just end it. Like I feel like if you say every single time that you say, you can see, oh my, it feels like, like they put that, you don't know how many times, like they don't even can breathe, and it's me, like it's my problem, it's not yours. So like Megan say, I think it's good that someone say out loud, it's okay if it's okay being divorced. Like it's not a problem.
So you
I'm
don't have
agree
to tell
with
you.
Megan. I think Megan have right. Everybody need to hear that a lot.
Yeah, you don't have to like clutch your pearl and like, oh, like it's a funeral.
No.
No, sometimes the love just isn't there anymore. And that take me to a point. When I was a young girl, right, I always had people around me that had gotten divorced. And my thought, even when I got married, I would always ask my husband at first, why do people get married for 25 years and decide I want a divorce? And I never understood that. Megan, I think being older now, I kind of understand, but did you see signs, or what makes one want to get a divorce? I know there's plenty of reasons, but let's talk about some of the reasons so we can help somebody else.
I think that there are some really obvious ones: abuse, infidelity, things like that. I think are the super obvious ones, but I don't necessarily think that it needs to be such a infliction of pain in order to get to that place. I think that once you are in a relationship that, I don't want to say no longer serves you, but it kind of is that. It's pushing you down instead of, it's starving the flower instead of giving it sunlight and water. When you are that starved flower for so long and you feel yourself, whether it be your personality or your confidence or your self-worth diminishing, I think it's time to make a change. So I think that's a reason.
That's awesome answer. And Rita, I want to know, why do people stay so long in something that's not watering them, in something that's not nourishing them? Why do they stay so long?
I think maybe this, there's many reasons that you can stay so long. Can be society, can be money, If
Yeah.
you see, money is a very important thing in this
Mhm.
country. Like, people don't get a divorce because they don't want to give half and a half, or they don't want to give some kind of money.
Yeah.
So, or but the point, I was trying to say this is like, the for me, the most difficult part is when you lose your essence,
Yeah.
when you change yourself for keep someone.
Yeah.
And I think that's the major problem that a lot of people have, just for keep a relationship. They just change it, and then with time, the essence came out, and there's nothing to change that. So, but I really think a lot of people keep that for years because they show something, and then the thing changed, and then came other things like money, kids are, there's a
Yeah.
lot of people that
Yes.
are together because they say, okay, I will be together, but then when they're out of college and wherever, they waste all their life, and they, okay, now I can get divorced from you because now everybody's in college. There's so many reasons. Like, if
You are
you,
right. You are right. There is a ton
yeah.
of reason. And like I said, I was a young girl and I just never understood it. But like Megan said, there could be abuse, neglect. It's all kinds of things. And that's why you have to remember, divorce is never a failure. If you're unhappy, if you feel like you're not being watered or loved or whatever, it's never a bad idea. But make sure you're doing it for the right reasons. And you know what, too? No one is perfect, right, Megan? No one is perfect. Give some last tip to help somebody that's going through it right now to just be strong and know that it's okay.
I think that one of the really important things to know is that you should give your fight, like yourself, as much self-love and compassion as you can at that time. Pretend you're talking to a friend in the mirror if you have to, because I think you say different words in your mind versus what you would say, to yourself. So you to speak out loud. So I say, say some nice things to yourself out loud, and also give your marriage, if you're still in it, give it the fighting chance. Give it your college try. Do everything you can to save it before you get there so that you can sleep at night.
Yes. And Rita, what are your tips to someone that's going through it?
Like, I think, like, you need to think about, like, if you're losing yourself in the situation, and then if you love yourself and you have yourself back, then you 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 are the winner in that divorce, because there's a lot of people that just sacrifice themselves to be in a relationship. So I just, like, being yourself after a divorce, that it's very refreshing. It's
Yeah.
very
I mean,
refreshing.
and I'm gonna reiterate this. Listen,
Yeah.
love is kind, love is patient, love is sincere, love is action. You are important, you are good enough, you are valuable. Don't let anyone make you feel like you're not, whether you're male or female. And if you're unhappy, you have to do something to make yourself happy. Put in the comment box below. Let's talk about it some more. Are you going through a divorce? What are some tips to help somebody else? Because that's what we're here for. We're here to help other people. I am Dr. Joan Coleman. My IG is Let Me Be Me NJ. I'm with Rita
I'm Rita Reynolds, and you can find me on Instagram as the Reynolds Love.
and Megan.
Megan Price, Megan P129.
Like, subscribe, and share. Tell somebody about the conversation. Come on, join us. All right. We'll see you next time. Bye.